It is
Absolutely.
mandated that they have that time. And LifeWise is using a wedge issue and a loophole in order to get into our public schools. And it's not to the benefit of anybody. It's certainly not to the benefit of the children. Again, I encourage you people to go watch some of these LifeWise, especially the LifeWise Everett videos, because it's the dumbing down of children during that time. It is the dumbing down. I don't know how any parent with half a brain cell could look at that and be like, my child is receiving such amazing benefit from that. I would want parents to ask themselves, tell me fundamentally how your children are better. Are they smarter? Are they kinder? Are they less anxious or are they more anxious? Because as has been observed, there is some anxiety with children that have participated in LifeWise because they don't feel good when they see their friends leaving without them, or that they're leaving without their friends and they don't understand why. It is unhealthy for children to be involved in this us versus them. It's already that way in life when you look around anyways, and they feel it at school, but it's even worse when it's imposed upon them by an outside organization that even I would honestly say that that a lot of the parents don't understand where they're sending their kids.
Oh, I know. And they don't want to acknowledge that they're teaching children fear. I
Yes,
mean, I had one
absolutely.
child who came up to me when I was volunteering on the playground, and they were fearful because they had forgotten to get on the bus. And they nearly cried. And I said, are you upset because you're afraid you're going to get in trouble? Are you upset because you really want to go? Are you upset because you want to stay at recess? And the child told me, I need to get on that bus. I will be in trouble if I don't get on that bus. And so, of course, I helped that child get on that bus. But fear. And the directors on their national little podcasts, their State of the Union or State of the States, whatever the hell it is, bragged about how a third grader cried because they couldn't be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
And they were afraid they were going to hell. And the directors were super excited
Happy about it.
about it.
Yep.
What?
I watched
I'm
another
sorry.
I watched another video like that about this family and this mom and talking about how what they started going to LifeWise and they started going to church, and now he understood that Christ died for his sins and that he was so sad. Like, this little kid is crying and upset and feeling like he has to be the best person ever because the late JC, that didn't really die, by the way, people, if we're being honest. Remember, he rose 3 days later. So there was no sacrifice. You also have to ask yourself why a perfect and loving God would sacrifice his own child. That's fucked up. Side tangent. But like, why, what, again, what is the fundamental value of teaching a little mind, an impressionable, emotional, not formed frontal cortex little mind about this, other
That's
than
the
to
key.
create,
Not, yeah,
yeah,
not
not
functioned. Yeah,
formed. Yeah.
not formed.
And it's because it's the indoctrination. It's what is talked about. It is the 4 to 14 window of when you can get kids at their most impressionable. And I would honestly say, I mean, depending on the level of education in the child and all of the other things, at 8 years old, when I was finally exposed to it, yes, it did its damage. Not nearly as much because I didn't have that exposure for that long, but that small amount of time made me think as a child no longer like, oh, I'm just sick with the flu because, I didn't wash my hands appropriately when I was little. Instead, I must have done something to get the stomach flu. This is my fault. If something happened to my mom, I wasn't a good enough child. Like, even the small amount of introduction in that into my life made a massive difference in my anxiety level, how I felt about myself, how I felt when it came to my own PTSD abuse struggles as a child. And and then I see the people in my life that I know were raised from day one in fundamentalist Christianity. And let me tell you, them lives ain't perfect and they're not happy. And so it's like those things don't need to be propagated at a public education level by anyone. If you want to introduce your child to religion, do it on your own time. And quit trying
Absolutely.
to indoctrinate other people's kids. That's what I also find interesting about this, that I can't believe that other parents aren't understanding. You as a Jewish parent understands it, but other people that maybe aren't religious or were raised religion light, they're trying to override your child's beliefs based off of how you raise them through other children. It's like the children of the corn a little bit.
It kind of is. That's their
Mhm.
whole point. It
Uh-huh.
is a proselytization training ground.
Yeah.
That is
It
what it is.
Our schools are their mission fields.